early in my career, I became somewhat disillusioned with the criminal justice system. I would arrest people. I would see them either, and I knew that they were guilty, and I would see them either be found not guilty, hung juries. I mean, there's one way to, get a conviction. There's like 1,000 ways for the people to get off. And so that was very frustrating. You start to gravitate towards this feeling of the ends justify the means. You disregard the process and concern yourself only with the end result. Now, I say all that because I think that in our politics today, you have a party that now has disregarded the process and is only concerned about the result. And their idea of governing is, I get everything that I want, and you get nothing that you want as the loser, which couldn't be further from, at least in my humble opinion, the intention of our forefathers. And so that's what I think, that same thought process has infected, police officers and their ability to acknowledge their oath and fulfill it. And the other aspect of that is, you have elected leaders, the President of the United States telling you that this election was stolen, that, there was, we have mountains of evidence of fraud, and that Donald Trump, won this election, but it is being stolen. And in doing so, it is canceling out millions of votes, millions of your votes as my supporters and constituents. And so, this isn't just your buddy at the bar telling you that the election was stolen. It's not your neighbor. It's the President of the goddamn United States. And that, that office lends itself, that those words have a level of authority, especially for those that, are his supporters. And so, to me, he gave them permission. He, allowed them the justification that they needed to commit those acts of violence at the Capitol on January 6th. And so, in a very perverse way, if you are, a member of the military, former military, law enforcement, someone who had sworn an oath to the Constitution, I can see how they were manipulated into believing that they were actually fulfilling their oath. Now, I think it's stupid, and I don't think that stupidity is a criminal defense. And so I certainly advocate for all of them being held accountable, and many are. But where we have fallen short is holding those who orchestrated the events that led up to January 6th